The simplest corner joint has to be a plain butt, like so, but it's not particularly strong. One of the easiest things we can do to strengthen that is to change it into a lapped corner joint. By producing a rebate on the end of one component, we can lap the end of the other component, and we end up with a lot more glue surface area and a bit of mechanical advantage as well. So stick around for just a few minutes as I show you how to cut a lapped corner joint. One of the easiest methods to cut the lap is to use a rebate plane like the Stanley 78. We need to set the spur out to begin with because we're doing cross grain work. Want to set the fence so that the blade exposure is equal to the width of the material, the thickness of the material that we're lapping. And we want to set the depth stop so that we don't go too far through. And what we must remember is, before we get anywhere near full depth, to remove the spur so that we don't score any deeper than full depth, which would weaken the joint. The board is clamped firmly to the bench. I've also got it in the tail vise. I've put a backer board at the end of the cut to prevent any tear out. And then it's just a case of scoring by dragging the spur backwards through the work to begin with. Just a couple of times, and then we can plane. No rebate plane, no problem. Take a marking gauge, set it to the thickness of the component that's going to be lapped. Mark the component that's going to have the lap on it. And decide how thick you want it. Reset the marking gauge for the depth of the lap. And mark the end of the work. Create a little knife wall. Saw down to depth. If you left your knife lines, just come back with a chisel and clean down to them. or if you've got one, you can use a shoulder plane. Once again, a smashing result. The lapped corner joint, a piece of cake. Give it a go.